Hello, it's Wednesday the 14th. I'm FxPlew and this is the market brief. So Andrew Bailey's been on. He has acknowledged inflation is taking a lot longer to come down than the Bank of England had hoped for. That was on the back of strong wage data, which showed that the private sector wage growth is up by 7.6%. And that wage growth may be bolstered by the public sector, certainly if junior doctors get their way. They're striking again today after rejecting a 5% pay offer that's on the table. They say a 35% pay rise is what they deserve. Naturally, the government claims that they can't afford that, while the Bank of England will be concerned and crossing their fingers, concerned about embedded inflation and the risk of a wage price spiral developing where any such higher pay awards are agreed. Also, higher wages are a factor keeping core inflation elevated, so you can see why the Bank of England would secretly begrudge any announcement of a fresh agreement over a new pay deal. However, like it or not, wage pressure is expected to continue. The purchasing power of the pound has actually dropped by 2.3% in real terms when real wages are adjusted for current inflationary pressure. And it's not like we're putting all these hours in to be 2% poorer, are we? Over in the US, we had inflation data out yesterday. That dropped more than expected. Forecast was for 4.1% to be down from 4.9% last month, but it came out at 4% flat, which helps support the case for the Fed to pause rate hikes when they vote on the matter today. The Fed meeting kicked off in New York yesterday, and the inflation data will no doubt have driven detailed discussion around that table. The vote is due later today, with Powell's press conference to follow. That will be closely scrutinised for any clues or forward guidance about what happens next. In other news, dear old Donald has been on. Donald Trump, that is, our good old friend. After pleading not guilty to federal charges of mishandling classified documents, he was whipping up supporters, accusing Biden of the most evil and heinous abuse of power ahead of the 2024 election. And while it's rather scary how many people do actually believe his guff, there's always a chance he'll be in prison when the country goes to the polls next. In the market, the dollar sold off in reaction to the inflation data, as the expected reaction from the Fed will be a pause in policy. The dollar index dropped towards the 103 level, but it did bounce around a bit on the day as volatility picked up ahead of the Fed decision today. Sterling rallied throughout the day, topping out at 126.15 against the dollar. We kick off this morning from around 126 against the dollar. We're about 116.90 against the euro, and euro dollar is around 107.80 on the open this morning. Right, that's it from me. Have a great day.
If you do not have a clue, then just tweet through and ask FxPlew.